Hey guys, it's Moody here, and welcome to GBA Week 10. This is the final week before the playoffs, and I have a very important battle because if I win this battle, I make it to the playoffs, and if I lose it, then I am out. So as you can tell, I am so nervous during this battle, and as always, if you guys can please leave a like. I know you guys miss the live battles, and I am sorry if you cannot endure a 50-minute battle. You can feel free to skip to the end if you would like to. It was the longest battle I had on my channel. I'm just putting it that way. So, team preview, which got messed up for me. This is why I'm doing it post-narrated. My team preview got messed up. So, I was so happy not to see Rotom Age on his team because I felt like Rotom Age was probably going to be the one problem Pokemon for me. But instead, I didn't really expect Conkeldurr, but I really didn't think I was going to have much of a problem with it. And that Dragonite, I really didn't think I was going to have much of a problem with either because I do have Terrakia and I have Salmons with Intimidate. And then my Milotic that I made it specially bulky because most of his attackers were special attackers. So I felt like once I started taking apart his defensive team one by one, it's going to just be a whole fuck ton easier for me in the end. So basically, I thought since he does not have the Rotom Age, I'm going to lead off with my Charizard, and I thought pretty much that's a good lead against, I guess, anything but Alakazam. I wouldn't want to lead off against with, but like Skarmory, Togekiss, Roserade, Dragonite, I thought that was a decent lead. Well, not Dragonite no, but I felt like leading off with my Charizard was probably going to be one of the better leads that I could lead off with as opposed to anything else. So I really spent the whole week trying to see what Pokemon I could put up against his, what Pokemon had the best matchups against his. I put so much effort into trying to do that, so I hope you guys will enjoy the battle. If you see it all the way through, and leave a like and leave any comments and let me know how you think the playoffs are going to unfold. You can feel free to do that, but as always, enjoy the battle, and I love you guys so very much. So you guys don't get team preview because my mom walked in or whatever, but he has Togekiss, Alakazam, Conkeldurr, Skarmory, Dragonite, Roserade, and I led off with Charizard, which is actually really good in this case because he led off with Conkeldurr. Although Stone Edge is very possible because if he is Stone Edge, then that's a problem. If he is Stone Edge, it is a problem because Air Slash is not going to do enough to kill it. I mean, if he has Stone Edge, it's a problem. If he has Assault Vest, it's not going to kill it. So honestly, I might not even stay in this case. I'm going to go into my Azumarill because I feel like Azumarill can take whatever he has, honestly, fairly well. But Air Slash really isn't going to do enough to kill it, so I'm not going to stay in. There's no point. Yeah, he goes for Rock Slide, but I don't think Rock Slide would have killed, but Azumarill takes it fine. Now this Azumarill is my knockoff Azumarill with Assault Vest. I figured since he has such a bulky team, nothing's going to appreciate getting knocked off. So in this case, even Conkeldurr, if he doesn't want to, which he's switching out, which is fine, but whatever he brings in, Skarmory, fantastic. This is exactly what I was hoping for, knocking off Skarmory's leftovers. Fantastic. It's definitely going to decrease Skarmory's longevity, and I'm going to go into my Fortress now. If he does want to set up spikes or whatever, that's fine, but I am going to set up my Stealth Rock, and if he's going to set up Stealth Rock, then I'm going to Rapid Spin. I mean, yeah, that's exactly what I'm going for here. He's going to go for Roost, that's also fine. I guess he predicted me to stay in, but I'm not the Belly Drum set, so we're not going to do that. I'm purely like, I have everything invested in HP and attack, but I put in knockoff to try and get rid of some of the bulky stuff he has on his team. So here I'm gonna set up Stealth Rock. I have a feeling he's gonna also set up Stealth or Brave Bird. That also works. That actually works fairly fine. I'm gonna set up Stealth Rock. So if he's gonna be tempted, I have a feeling he has Defog. I'm gonna set up Stealth Rock. And then, if he defogs me, I'm going into Milotic. And I made Milotic Competitive Milotic, just in case he decides to carry defog, because I do know he's not gonna want to. He's not gonna want to deal with. I really hope he goes for defog because I'm going into Milotic right now, and if I can get a competitive boost, please, I'll be happy. But if not, then that's fine. So defog, that's what I'm talking about. All right, fantastic. This is exactly what I was going for because my evasiveness is gonna fall, and I'm gonna have competitive. So that's perfect. This is fantastic. This is exactly what I was going for. Although he, right now, is probably going to want to just whirlwind me away, but I'm going for Scald. I'm just going straight up for Scald. Even if he wants to switch out, that's fine. I almost should have gone for Ice Beam because nothing resists it, and Skarmory would be neutral to it, but I have a feeling he might just whirlwind me out, which is why I didn't go for Scald. But also on the off chance if he does go into, if he goes into Conkeldurr and gets burned, that's going to be a problem. However, competitive gives you a boost in special attack, and I made my Milotic Calm on the off. He's thinking for a while, so he's not sure what to do. I have a feeling he's going into Conkeldurr because he has Assault Vest. No, he goes into Rosary. No, Alakazam. Alakazam's probably dead. You're probably dead. Give me, kill it, just kill it, kill it. No, it came close. It came close to killing it. That's fine. I am calm, so I'm just going for Ice Beam now because Ice Beam's going to take it out, and everything else is neutral. So I'm going for Ice Beam. Sorry, Shock. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. It does about half, but that's fine. He takes out Alakazam, so Milotic kills Alakazam, and I'm still out of boost, which is fine. I'm actually happy about that, but Alakazam being gone is one of his faster Pokemon gone, and anything. I invested enough speed to outspeed a Roserade unless he decides to run Scarf Roserade, in which case me maxing out speed on any of my fast Pokemon is not going to matter. So Alakazam is done, so that we don't have to worry about that. Now, Roserade coming in is going to be a problem, but I'm going to run a damage calc real quick on Milotic. That's Calm. I run Calm with max. I run Calm with max special defense. And what do you call it? Calm max special defense at level 50. And Giga Drain would do about half. Ice Beam is not going to be enough to kill it. So let me see. Giga Drain might kill me. We'll take a risk. We'll take a risk. How about that? Whatever. We'll take a risk with Ice Beam, I guess. Whatever. Sleep Powder! That sucks. Whatever. That sucks. But he doesn't like Milotic very much. Now, the Giga Drain is it's like very obvious, but at least I know he's not, well, pretty sure he's not Scarfed. Pretty sure it's not Scarfed. But I could try and break out of sleep, or I could switch out. Now, he already has one of my Pokemon put to sleep. If he goes for Giga Drain, I can go into Salamence. Salamence is also alright. And he can't Sleep Powder me. I can try and set up, but he does have Skarmory around. And I actually put Iron Head on my Pokemon for that specific reason of freaking whatever. We're going into Charizard. We're going into Charizard, and I put Iron Head specifically for Togekiss in case I have to run into Togekiss, because obviously Leaf Storm, that's perfectly fine. It's actually really good because I'm going to take like nothing from it, and that's a critical hit. That's a critical hit. That does a lot. That does not do a lot. I lied. That does not do a lot. So we're going to Mega Evolve, and I really want to predict him to switch into Conkeldurr. Well, Conkeldurr would not come in on potential Air Slash. But we are definitely Mega Evolving. And honestly, nothing on his team wants to take a Fire attack or an Air Slash. So I'm just going straight up for Air Slash. And he withdraws. I'm going straight up for Air Slash. Nothing on his team really wants to take it. Togekiss. Nope, Dragonite. That's why I didn't go for Fire whatever. Fire whatever. Because Dragonites might come in and then resist it. But Air Slash, as long as it hits, it's neutral. It's neutral if it hits, so don't give me a miss. Please don't give me a miss. Don't give me a miss. Air Slash. Yeah, you hit. Thank you. Thank you for hitting, which obviously breaks multi-scale and he has leftovers. It does break leftovers. I have a feeling he's running max special defense on this thing. But I'm going to go into Azumarill because in case for whatever reason he goes for a dragon type attack, not really much. If he wants to go for fire type attack, even predicting me to switch, even with the drought, obviously, it really wouldn't do that much. But I'm going to bring Azumarill out, and we'll see where that goes. Obviously, I'm going to knock off again. Thunder Wave, honestly, that's fine. That's actually fine. I'm not worried about it. The thing is, I really do not want Charizard. Basically, I think is going to be my key to victory. He already knows I have knockoff, and I have a feeling he might want to switch out now, especially because I can threaten with I can threaten him out with what do you call it? I can threaten him out with Play Rough. And I have a feeling he's going straight up into Skarmory, so I'm going to double out into Charizard right now. As he withdraws, he's probably going into Skarmory, which would be fantastic right now. Yeah, he goes into Skarmory. And this time, I'm going for a Flamethrower. If he decides to bring in Dragonite again, I keep messing up my Pokemon, so I'm going for a Flamethrower this time. And it's once again going to put him in the spot to probably go into Dragonite. Now, because he has Dragonite, I am definitely going to want to try and set up Stealth Rock, so maybe going into Fortress might have been a good idea, but then again, my Milotic is still asleep, which sucks a lot. It really does, but I don't know. I put Light Screen on Milotic hoping he'll bring more special attackers. So that was my mentality with that, but pretty much while I'm put to sleep, it's going to be a problem in general. So just thinking about it, because once again, Charizard's definitely a huge problem for him. And I'm surprised he didn't bring Rotom Heat, because that's the main thing I was scared of, because I have a huge electric weakness. It's enormous, and that's why I felt like I could try and compensate with that with a Light Screen for my whole team. So he's going to withdraw now, probably go back into Dragonite, as I'm going to go for a Flamethrower. This time his multi-scale is broken, and I do have the Flamethrower boost, so I almost wish I did have Fire Blast, but Dragonite, you are annoying. I almost put Ancient Power on this thing too. Almost. I came close. Now I know he has Thunder Wave. I can go back into Azumarill. Also a problem Pokemon for him, because the last thing I want is to get Thunder Waved. But I'm not going to obviously do another double switch out. I don't think it's the best thing for me. He's going to Roost. That's fine. And he already knows I have Knockoff. I'm not going to go for Knockoff. I'm not going to go for Play Rough. Sunlight Phase. That's fine. He's not going to want to stay in because there's nothing he can do. And Skarmory coming in is alright, I guess. But I'm just going to go into Fortress. Or I could try and break Milotic out of sleep. That's also a possibility, but being asleep is really a huge setback for me right now. So I'm just going to go into Fortress. I'm just going to Fortress this time. He's go back into Skarmory probably. Yep, back into Skarmory. So once that Skarmory is out, then honestly, Azumarill is going to have an easier time because it's not going to keep coming in on this stupidity, this bulky stupidity. But luckily, I'm like so glad that I knocked off the leftovers. You don't even realize this, but because he has I'm just gonna Volt Switch out because I know he's gonna defog. This is gonna force him to defog, and hopefully it will put me in a position to bring in, I mean, I would bring in Salamence, but I don't have Fire Blast, which I kind of wish I had now, but I'm gonna Volt Switch out. We'll see what he does. He's gonna defog again, that's fine. I figured that much is gonna happen. Volt Switch really isn't gonna do a lot though, because obviously I'm not invested at all in special attack. So actually what I could do, I could go into Charizard, scare him back out into Dragonite, but go into Salamence. It takes a lot of predicting, or go into Terrakion, which I have Substitute on. So I think I'm gonna go into Charizard. He's gonna bring out Dragonite, and then I can go into Terrakion. I think that's a good move because Dragonite is really a huge problem, but I have Stone Edge on it. If I can get Terrakion in safely, fantastic. I want to say he's gonna switch out. I'm gonna say he's gonna switch out. But if I make the... Okay, you know what? I'm going into Terrakion. Ugh, I stayed in this time. That sucks. Unless he went for Roost. That blows. That blows a lot. I had a chance to take this thing out. And that blows. It doesn't do that much. Like, it does enough. But it doesn't do that much. And this thing probably has Whirlwind on it to make it really even more annoying, but it probably has Whirlwind, so there's no point in me going for... I should damage calc it, but I shouldn't. I should, but I shouldn't, you know. Let me see regular how much Stone Edge would do. Terrakion on Skarmory. Skarmory, Terrakion. I had a chance to take it out. Whatever. Terrakion. I am Adamant. I put Adamant on it because his team is bulky. And max attack. Close. Stone Edge really does not do a lot. At all. At all. So I do not like that. Do not want. But I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for it anyway. I'm going to go for Stone Edge anyway. As he withdraws, alright, I'm actually happy about that. I'm actually very happy about that. He's going to Conkeldurr. It's not the worst thing in the world. Not the worst thing in the world. If I can weaken Conkeldurr, that's fantastic too, you know? This thing is Assault Vest, most likely. I can go into Salamence predicting that, but I have a feeling he would predict my Ice Punch and get an Intimidate off, but there are no rocks on. And I'm gonna go into Salamence and Intimidate him. Although I probably should have gone into Azumarill, obviously, but you know, Salamence Intimidate. You can I finally changed it out instead of Moxie because last time Moxie really did not. He goes for Drain Punch. It's actually really good. It's gonna do like nothing because he's intimidated, and it is gonna give me I can't talk. He obviously has Rock Slide, but he's intimidated, so I'm not worried about that. The thing I am worried about is Skarmory coming in again because, you know, Skarmory is going to give me problems, so there's no point in me Dragon Dancing. I'm straight up going for Dragon Claw. I know he's going to withdraw, but Dragon Claw, whatever comes in, even Togekiss. Alright, that's fine. You know what? That's fine. That's perfectly fine because, you know what? I put Iron Tail on this shit. Exactly for this annoying thing. So, if he wants to Thunder Wave me, that's also fine. But I'm going for Iron Tail. You can Thunder Wave me. I have Lumberry because of exactly this thing. But also the Iron Tail hits. How much do you do? Give me a lot of damage. You do about half. That's good. Air Slash, probably predicting me to switch. I feel like he would Roost this time. But the leftovers messes this up a lot. And I really want to say that he's just gonna Roost. But, or switch out into Skarmory also. This thing is, I'm pretty sure it's bold because of that damage. I'm pretty sure it's bold. But if I could say, I mean, I could predict the Roost and go for an Earthquake, or I could predict Skarmory to come in, but I still feel like he would be scared of a fire type attack. But if he goes for Thunder Wave on Charizard and I switch, then I'm kind of screwed. So I'm going for Iron Tail again, honestly. And maybe it'll take it out. Maybe it will. It was on that close. Nope, too close. Too close. As it goes for Thunder Wave, that's actually fantastic. Actually fantastic because I have Lumberry. It's fantastic. I'm surprised they didn't switch out now, but Lumberry, thank you. Thank you, Lumberry. This battle is literally one of the most important battles. So this is exactly what I was scared of. Exactly what I was scared of was, I'm pretty sure he's going to switch out into Skarmory now. This is exactly what I was scared of, though. Him Thunder Waving if I went into Charizard, predicting him to switch into Skarmory. But we'll see. We'll see. Alright. I do need to keep Salamence around. Intimidate is really, like, it's really useful. But now he withdraws. Probably into Skarmory, which is fine. Skarmory's probably gonna Roost, if I had to take a guess. Probably gonna Roost. Oh, yeah, defense drop, defense drop. I'll take it. I'll take it. The sad thing is that I outspeed him, so if he Roosts, then, you know, it's it sucks, but defense drop does help. I'm thinking about switching out, but at the same time, I'm thinking about staying in, you know? Dragon Claw, not gonna do a lot. I already know that. I already know you're not gonna do a lot. So I could go to Charizard, but he has, you know, he has... If Milotic, I'm telling you, if Milotic was not put to sleep right now, that would be a huge help. That would be, like, the biggest help right now. If I had Fire Blast, that would be a huge help. It's just that Dragonite's a huge problem, but I feel like if I maybe wither his team down little by little, we can just, like, you know, take little chunks out of it. So I'm gonna go into Charizard this time. I just have a feeling he's gonna Roost, and there's nothing I could do even with a defense drop. There's nothing I could do. I mean, I could go into Tracheon, but once again, I would risk him Brave Birding. Not a good thing. As he goes for Brave Bird this time. That's fine. That's fine. I think he's very determined in taking out the what do you call it? He's very determined in taking out the, I'm just gonna Roost. He's determined in taking out the Salamence. I put Roost on it because I know that even if he Roosts, I mean, I really have a feeling if he switches out, then I get a free Roost off, and he's not going to be happy about that because he's just going to go into Dragonite. But if I get rid of Skarmory, and the Defog, that's good. It's good news. So now is a perfect opportunity for me to go into Azumarill, because if he decides to Thunder Wave me, that's fine. If he decides to go into Skarmory now, I'm pretty much at a range where a Waterfall would probably take it out. Even Play Rough will probably take it out at that range. So I'm very happy about that. I think he made a mistake in not Roosting, or he just predicted, but, you know, I guess it happens, but if you can't already tell, going into this battle, I am so nervous because this battle is very, very important. But I think, especially once I take out, he withdraws. If you go into Skarmory, please go into Skarmory. Yeah. Let me see. Aqua Jet, do I think you will take out? I do not actually. I do not actually think you will take it out. Let me see Azumarill. Unboosted Aqua Jet. You do about 16%. Unfortunately, not the amount I'm looking for, as he's probably gonna Roost. But you know what? It's just worth it to, I guess, try and see how much Aqua Jet does at this range. It's really probably not gonna kill it unless he's, yeah, that does nothing. Unless he runs some weird set, but oh, I can tell this battle is gonna be very, very long. I had that one opportunity to take out Skarmory and I didn't. And I didn't. So honestly I want to predict I'm gonna switch, but at the same time I don't. At the same time I don't. I think I'm gonna go for a knockoff. I'm gonna go for a knockoff. No, I'm paralyzed. It was bound to happen. As it goes for Whirlwind, so it's really not the biggest deal ever. It really isn't. If you bring in, no, you bring in Terrakion. Decent enough. Sunlight Phase. Also, not the worst thing in the world. Leftovers helps me out. I'm running Substitute on this. If I get this out on a Dragonite, then that helps. But he's probably just gonna Brave Bird. Probably just going to Brave Bird. I'm just going into my Fortress. Fortress literally took like no damage so far. None. I'm surprised he doesn't have Stealth Rocks either, but I suppose since he's running Defog, it's counterintuitive, so he can go for Roost, that's fine. I'm not down for Roost stalling me out of... If he didn't have Whirlwind, then I would have easily set up on this thing. Easily, so... I'm going into Stealth Rock. He's gonna Defog. No, he's not gonna Defog. Alright. That's fine. He's gonna go into Togekiss. Alright, well, Togekiss. I hate you. I hate you a lot, and you're gonna Roost regardless. You are gonna Roost regardless, so... That means you'll be pure Fairy type. No, yeah, you'll be normal type. No, you're not flying anymore, so it doesn't matter, so I'm just going for Gyro Ball. I'm just going for Gyro Ball, because you're not flying type anymore, I don't think. I might be totally wrong. It might be Fairy flying, might be normal flying, I totally forgot, but either way, I'm going for Gyro Ball, and I hope it's super effective. I'm bad with my typings, really. That does a decent amount, actually. He can, I guess, stall me, but I'm not going to appreciate it. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna Volt Switch out. If he wants to Roost again, that's fine, because I'm just gonna go into my Terrakion. Let me double check. I know he's bold though, but I know he's bold. That's the thing. I know he's bold. I mean, I could try and use it as... I could, I guess, try and use it as a way to get Milotic out of sleep, but I think Milotic being asleep is probably the better thing right now out of all my Pokemon. What I want to do is go into my... Since I'm pretty sure he's bold. So let me just damage calc. How much a I really did. Charizard, how much are you gonna do to a Togekiss? Togekiss, Charizard, how much does if you're calm, you do? If you're calm, you do. I totally just put in two Togekisses versus each other. That's how much I'm messing up right now. Okay, if I am timid with the Flamethrower, I'm also watching my timer, don't worry. Flamethrower, we do about 27% to a calm Togekiss, and if it's a bold Togekiss with not that special defense, then we do still not a lot. So annoying things. So we're just going into my Terrakion now, and hopefully scare him out and set up a substitute. Hopefully, but I have a feeling he's just going into Skarmory and whirlwinding me out. But either way, I outspeed and I can get a sub off. If he happens to want to try and Thunder Wave me, which I feel like is very, I'm not even sure what the word I'm looking for is, but it's very appealing to do so. Yeah, let's hope he went for Thunder Wave, because then I can get +2. Give me a Thunder Wave, thank you, that's good. Alright, Togekiss. Now it's time to get up Swords Dance. We'll go Swords Dance. And then we'll see where that brings us, because yeah, draws now probably to Skarmory to Whirlwind me out. Exactly what he was going to do. So let me see. Tracheon, that's Adamant. Give me Adamant, close combat versus a Skarmory. You do at +2, please, not regular. Regular damage, close combat does a huge chunk, so we're just going for close combat. Even if he Whirlwinds me out, I'm denting his Skarmory a lot. Denting it a lot if he does. Oh, we're almost taking it out! That was so close. That was so close. That was so close. That's unfortunate. Just give me something to take this thing out. Charizard? Salamence! That works. That does not actually work at all. That was probably the worst thing that could happen. Probably the worst thing that could happen. I mean, I can outspeed him, but Iron Tail, Dragon Claw, you know what? It's a chance to take it out, so I'm just going for Dragon Claw. If I highly doubt it because he resists it. Ooh, I take it out. Skarmory's done. Alright, Skarmory's out. Thank you. Thank you, Skarmory. Skarmory's done. That is exactly what we needed right there. Just to break through that thing. Breaking through that thing is definitely a huge plus right now. So we're still sitting 6 and 4, slowly breaking through his bulky walls. I am so glad that Dragon Claw took out. That is just such a relief. Togekiss this time. He's probably gonna Thunder Wave me. Thunder Wave is definitely incoming. And I'm gonna use that to go into my Milotic, because I'm just going to end up seeing if I can break out of sleep. If not, if he decides to go into Roserade, Roserade really, even if he had Hidden Power Rock, I'm not going to do a lot to whatever comes in, but I used up my Lum. That's why I'm scared of Thunder Wave, and that's why I'm not going to let it happen to anything. And the best thing to get Thunder Wave right now would be Milotic. Give me Milotic getting Thunder Wave, that's fine. I'm probably at least having 1 turn of sleep. He can attack me if he wants, but I have a feeling he's just gonna go out into Roserade, but I do not want to risk something getting... Don't want to risk anything getting... I woke up first turn? Holy crap! And got an Ice Beam off? Wow! Wow! And I avoid the attack. We're getting a Light Screen up. I have a feeling he's not gonna want to... I mean... I outspeed, but I can't take it out, so he might just roost, so I'm getting up a Light Screen. Getting up a Light Screen. We'll get up a Light Screen now. If he decides to go into Roserade, that's fine. But if he wants to Thunder Wave me, whatever, you know, it's really not gonna do a lot. I should have, you know what, I should have just gone for the... ice, whatever, but at this point, I kind of want to just go for Scald. I'm just gonna go for Scald. He's gonna roost, figures, you know, that's fine. This is probably going to be the longest battle on my channel. If I can get a burn just to get some residual damage, I'll be happy. That does nothing, no burn, but I think he's just gonna Air Slash here or go out into Roserade. So if he goes into Roserade, it's no good at all. At all. So he has Roost, Thunder Wave, Air Slash, Dazzling Gleam? Unless I totally missed something. Because he hasn't gone for Dazzling Gleam on anything, but I'm just going for Ice Beam. If he wants to try and go for Flinch, Paraflinch, that's fine. It's really, it does like 3 hit points. Paralyze, there we go. It's definitely gonna come down to a lot of stall, but I'm not giving up, okay? I'm not giving up with this. Now, a good thing for me to do right now would be to set up rocks, but actually, you know what? After this one, I'm going to switch out and I'm going to go into Fortress. Yeah, we're gonna go flinching. So if he wants to paralyze Fortress, that's fine, but I'm gonna get up Stealth Rocks either way so I can break the Dragonite multiscale. Because multiscale, can we please just not even? So I think we have 2 more turns. We have 2 more turns of Light Screen, which is why I'm alright with going into Fortress, resisting Air Slash or whatever. Just go for Air Slash, that's fine. With without Light Screen, that would have done a lot, but Light Screen helps me out here, and I'll get up Stealth Rocks. Volt Switch Out is fine. You know, basically whatever I can do. Now, Light Screen wore off, and Stealth Rocks, imperative. I'm so glad he does not have Stealth Rocks on his team, because that is one of my biggest weaknesses. He's still gonna try and flinch me. Can we not? Can we? Yeah, we get up Stealth Rock. Oh, I already have Stealth Rocks up! Am I dumb? Am I that dumb? Apparently I'm that dumb. Because it failed, and I'm that dumb. I could have sworn that he defogged them away. Well, with long battles like this, you forget. And that is just the nature of it. Unfortunately. So, back into Milotic we go! I could have sworn that I did not have Stealth Rock up. I really could have sworn that I didn't. If I had Refresh on this thing, or Heal Bell somewhere. Honestly, I could stall him out of Air Slashes. That does like nothing. Because I also have Recover on this thing, so if he wanted to do that, I mean, he also has a Recovery, a type attack, but I'm just gonna go Light Screen again. He withdraws, it's fine, he's probably going into Roserade, so... No, Conkeldurr. That's fine. That's actually fine. This time I have a feeling he might predict the Salamence and go for the Rock Slide. I really wish I had Roost on Salamence. I really do. But I do not, unfortunately. So, I'm going into Azumarill. Because if he does go for Ice Punch, I don't want to lose Salamence. Intimidate is a very nice ability, but even with Intimidate, I am 4 times weak to it, so if he does go for Ice Punch, Azumarill can take it. If he goes for Rock Slide, Azumarill can take it. If he goes for a Fighting type attack, Azumarill can take it. And he goes for Knockoff. That's fine. Goodbye, Assault Vest. Now, that was another crit. For whatever reason, Azumarill likes taking crits, but we're just going to knock off. And so far, I've knocked off nothing but his Dragonite. Nothing but his Dragonite. So, even if I knock off Conkeldurr's Assault Vest, like, give me Togekiss or something so I can knock off those darn leftovers. Alright, thank you. Thank you. And there's proof that rocks are up, and I'm just oblivious. Get knockoff on Togekiss. I am so glad. Goodbye, leftovers. Knockoff. This is the first time I'm using knockoff, and I have just learned the wonders of knockoff. Let me tell you the wonders of knockoff. He might just try and paraflinch me again. So he's going to be running out of paraflinching things soon. Luckily, he doesn't have the... You know what? I'm going for Waterfall. Luckily, he does not have the... He goes for Roost. That's fine. He doesn't have the leftovers anymore. He has to rely on Roost. Also, that's a fine with me, you know. I'm just going to go for Waterfall and see how much that does. I have a feeling this is bold, so it's not going to do... Nah, it's like a 3-hit KO. Out of curiosity, I haven't done any damage calcs on Togekiss, so I'm going to go Togekiss, Azumarill, and see how much Adamant is supposed to do with Waterfall is about 50. So this is definitely some defensive investment. And this is where he's probably going to start with the flinching me, which I do not appreciate, so we're going into Milotic. Because he really... I'm so glad I ran Calm over Bold. So glad I ran Calm over Bold. Like, so many things on my team are paralyzed, but they're kind of like the slow things. So we're going to wait until I get paralyzed. But, you know, that's fine. I'm just going to go for Ice Beam in case Conkeldurr comes in again. Although, wait, like, I don't know. The Light Screen is off. We're going for Ice Beam this time. We're going for Ice Beam, which also, by the way, he withdraws. Probably goes into Conkeldurr again. Yes, that's fine, because he has Assault Vest. Now, I feel like he's going to predict me to switch out into Azumarill this time. I really want to predict that. And Ice Beam does, like, nothing. Left, or he's just going to Knock Off again, because Knock Off did do a lot to Azumarill that other time, but... You know what? I'm predicting the Knock Off, and I'm going into Salamence, because I know he does not want to deal with leftovers. But if he goes for the Rock Slide or the... I have a feeling he knows I'm coming in with Azumarill again. So I'm going to Intimidate him. Hopefully he goes for Knock Off, which... No, he goes for Drain Punch. Actually, even better. Well, I mean, it does weird amounts. It does weird amounts. So... You know what? I'm gonna Iron Tail predicting the Togekiss. Nope, he stayed in. Alright, well, Iron Tail will do a decent amount. And lower his defense just on top of that. He goes for Rock Slide and takes out Salamence. So Salamence is out. But luckily that Multi-Skill will be broken with Dragonite. I'm not that worried. So once again, we can come in with Charizard. And I think Charizard basically can do a lot to whatever he brings in. Or we can go and... No, there's no point. So Charizard is the best option right now. Charizard's still at very, very full health. So glad I put Roost on this thing. So glad. Because Roost is just the biggest savior right now. And I'm going straight for Flamethrower. No reason for me not to. If he decides to sack off Conkeldurr, if he decides to bring in Dragonite, he's probably going to sack off Conkeldurr at this rate, to be honest, because if he brings in Dragonite and, I guess, tries to Thunder Wave me, I mean, I have to keep Azumarill around, but withdraws, whatever. If he goes into Dragonite, then it's taking a ton of damage from, well, not a ton, but it's going to be taking damage from the Flamethrower. We'll see how much Flamethrower does. Still only puts it about half. And burns it! Burns it! Charizard coming through with the burn. Thank you, Charizard. Can I just give you a huge hug? I love you, Charizard. The residual damage is so helpful. It really is. It really is. Now, I want to say he's going to Roost, predict me to switch, and I cannot risk Charizard getting a... I really cannot risk Charizard getting paralyzed with Thunder Wave, so I'm gonna switch out into Azumarill. If he goes for a Dragon type attack, fine. If he goes for a Thunder Wave or Roost, that's fine. I expected Roost, but there's just I could have gone into Terrakion, but I'm not behind a sub, so it's really now probably going into Togekiss or Extreme Speed, but I really want to predict Togekiss. I really want to predict Togekiss, and I'm going into Terrakion. Yep, he withdraws. Give me Togekiss because Terrakion and Togekiss gives me Conkeldurr. Not the worst thing in the world. Take some rock damage. Let me see how much a Mach Punch does. Terrakion. Probably sacking it off. Terrakion versus Conkeldurr right now. Mach Punch does a lot. Way too much for me to like, so... Back into Azumarill we go. Back into Azumarill we go. Well, because the last thing I want is him to gain health with Drain Punch, so Azumarill. Azumarill, you could do it! You could do it, Azumarill. I freaking love you. Hashtag Steve is, by the way. If you don't get that reference, then oh well. But Mach Punch, good. Go for Mach Punch. That's fine. That was a crit! Azumarill! Stop taking all the crits! Stop it! Can we please not do all the crit things? Crit things are not cool. Can we not do the crit things? Take it out with Aqua Jet. Aqua Jet should take it out. Ugh! That was so close. That was way too close for me to like. Way too close. That came like 2 hit points close. That crit, can we please, all the crits on Azumarill, can we please talk about that? All the crits on Azumarill. All the crits on Azumarill, I do not appreciate, so we go back into Charizard. Back into Charizard we go, because that's the trend now. That is the trend in which he has nothing except for a Dragonite for Charizard, so that's fine. I'm going Flamethrower. Flamethrower is obviously in the sun. We get the, if he wants to go for a Mach Punch, that's fine, but meh, I guess we'll see. I don't know. I almost feel like I should have stayed in with Tracheon, but at the same time I don't. Tracheon would have lost way too much health from a Mach Punch. It does about 50 to take it out. Alright, Charizard takes out Conkeldurr. So Charizard takes out Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr no longer an issue for me, honestly. So I'm very happy about that. So he goes into Dragonite once again. Dragonite's going to take Stealth Rock damage, burn damage, whatever amounts of damage. Now, we're going into Milotic because he's burnt. I'm not scared. If he wants to Thunder Wave me, that's fine. The Thunder Wave is what I am concerned with, but if he wants to Roost, also fine, because I do carry Ice Beam. I think the key, so to speak, he's gonna keep roosting, but the thing is, once I can get Terrakion out now, Togekiss isn't gonna like that, and neither is Dragonite, because Dragonite, I imagine, the only thing it can really do to me is Thunder Wave me, but if I end up getting behind a substitute, then we're golden. We are golden. Now, I think that Togekiss is gonna come out. Well, either way, everything else he has is weak to Ice Beam. And the burn is exactly what's breaking his multi-scale now, so thank you. Roserade, can we just hit it? Hit it, yeah! No Parahacks, thank you. Roserade takes a huge chunk. Now, he has Leaf Storm. And that's super effective against Tracheon. It's, honestly, I mean, the switch to Charizard is very obvious, so I don't think I'm going to do it. I think the switch to Charizard is way too obvious, so I'm just going to Ice Beam. As he goes for Aromatherapy, oh, that is annoying. Can we at least, okay, if this is any time to not get Parallax, thank you. Thank you, Roserade is dead. Thank you, Milotic, for killing Roserade. You are done. So, good. I'm glad I did not switch, because that was literally... Now he has Togekiss, Dragonite. Both are weak to Stone Edge. Both are weak to Ice Beam. It's probably gonna go into Togekiss. So, it is definitely... I'm Stealth Rocks. This battle right here is exactly why you should love Stealth Rocks. You should love Stealth Rocks. Now, I did not realize how low my Ice Beams got, but I'm just going for Light Screen. Light Screen, because he's just going to try and Parahacks me here. If I have to end, I think I might have to end up losing a Pokemon so I can get Terrakion in safely, but the Air Slash does like nothing. The Air Slash does pretty much nothing. So, Sunlight fades. Honestly, Sunlight fading, the me coming in and getting it back is like one of the greatest things. So, I feel like Air Slash is so obvious, but we're going for Scald this time. I also have not used a single Recover, and I avoid the attack. Well, sucks to use Air Slash, I guess. Yes, another burn! Milotic and your burns. The awful luck I've been getting with burns. But I mean, Azumarill took like 3 crits this whole game, just Azumarill. So, I'm going for Scald again. As he goes for Dazzling Gleam, finally shows off Dazzling Gleam, which I assumed was his other attack, but I might be out of Air Slash. Can I take it out? Can I take it out here? Duh, so close. So close. Just came so close. The burn, minus not having leftovers. Putting knockoff on Azumarill has literally been the greatest thing I could have done, and I am so glad I like dove deep into these Pokemon's move pools. I think he's pretty much given up because he just went for Dazzling Gleam, or he used up all the roosts. So Milotic takes out Togekiss too, and we are left with Dragonite. If Milotic can take out Dragonite, this will be Milotic's, the greatest day of Milotic's life, honestly, and I will be so proud of Milotic, because Ice Beam, honestly, I think has a, I mean, no, he's especially defensive, probably made it exactly for what do you call exactly for Charizard. Luckily I have Ice Beams. I have 5 of them. Goes for Thunder Wave. So I'm gonna Ice Beam, I guess. Ice Beam. Maybe it'll take it out. No, it came so close. So close. So close. But I guess if he wants to roost-stall me, he can. But I'm going for Scald. Ice Beam is like my best friend here. But Light Screen wore off. And I'm just gonna go for Scald this time. Let's go for Thunder Wave. I think he just gave up, but okay, I'm paralyzed. So we came so close to taking it out, but we didn't, and that sucks. That sucks so much, but Milotic, what are you doing? You're restoring health, but you're paralyzed, and Ice Beam for the hopefully the kill. The hopefully kill. Hopefully. The intensity right now, I can't. Yeah, they're already paralyzed, and that is the game, because Milotic took out Dragonite, and so we move on to the playoffs, and this is probably the greatest day of Milotic's life, and I freaking love it. So this video was so long, but I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm happy I broke through the horrendous core. I definitely put a lot of thinking into making this team this week. I was mainly focusing on Rotom because Electric was a huge weakness, and that's why I didn't bring Venusaur, because if he brought Rotom H, then Overheat basically obliterates Venusaur. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and please leave a like if you enjoyed, and we'll see each other in the playoffs, because we're playing again next week in the playoffs. But we made it to the playoffs, and thank you so much for being supportive with our team. We had like that little bump, and then we ended up coming back, and I could not be happier. So I love you guys so very much, and have a wonderful day, and bye.